Welcome to Beyond the Buzzword, where we help non-techies understand techie jargon. I'm Katie, and I'm a product designer with Codazen. When we talk about processes used to develop software, there are lots of different ones, but the two most common are Waterfall and Agile. Right now, there's kind of a war going on between the two, but many of us don't completely understand why. So let's move beyond the buzzword and talk about Waterfall versus Agile. Much like construction or manufacturing workflows, waterfall methodology is a sequential design process. This means that each phase is started and then completed before moving on to the next one. As this process is linear, once a step has been completed, developers can't go back to a previous step, at least not without scratching their whole project and starting over again. Because there's no room for change or error, the waterfall method stresses meticulous documentation. Ramping up a new developer produces a minimal impact to the overall timeline, and everyone pretty much just knows exactly what to expect. But if the initial plan is faulty in any way, developers then lack the ability to adapt to unseen issues and have to start over. Agile, on the other hand, develops software incrementally. This means that developers start off with a very simplistic product design and then begin to work on small modules. As these pieces of functionality are designed, developed, tested, and finally deployed, then feedback from users and stakeholders alike are analyzed and fed directly back into their cycle. Agile allows for modification, so it's easier to change course mid-project to keep up to date with your users' needs and, of course, our constantly evolving industry. And because the products are tested so thoroughly, versions of the product can be launched and used periodically, most commonly on a 2-week basis. When we look at them side by side, Waterfall typically has a starting point and an ending point. I planned, I developed, I deployed. It's beautiful in its simplicity, but it also has a major lack of adaptability. Unforeseeable problems are inevitable, and Waterfall doesn't allow for pivoting around the roadblocks like Agile does. More often than not, developers using Agile methodology might end up in a place they hadn't originally anticipated. Their end result, however, tends to be more relevant because of the constant feedback they pushed into their cycle. At the end of the day, planning and pivoting both have value. Hopefully you'll be able to marry the positives and adapt them into your own process. Thank you so much for watching our video. To check out more, you can subscribe via YouTube or visit www.codazen.com.